The first punch wasn't meant to hurt, or at least that's what they told themselves. But when she went down, face grazing the dirt, the laughter that followed sounded sharper than any physical strike. Training drill, they said, patting themselves on the back. She stayed down only long enough to gather herself, wipe the dust from her hands, and consider the choices ahead. Because the moment the SEAL commander arrived, nothing would be the same. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who is listening. Her name was Donovan, though in this group she might as well have been invisible. Young, disciplined, and relentless, she had already endured more than most soldiers could imagine. She'd risen through ranks in silence, letting results speak for her. And results, they had every mission executed flawlessly, every extraction calculated, every life preserved. Yet today, in the middle of what was supposed to be a training exercise, she was being mocked, belittled, and physically overpowered by those too arrogant to recognize her skill. The air was thick with dust and heat, the sun hammering down on fatigued bodies. Round her soldiers laughed, some sneering, some nervously glancing at one another, unsure of how far to push, as the smell of sweat, gunpowder residue, and hot earth filled the senses. Kara's hands trembled not with fear, but with restrained fury. She had a choice: escalate and lose control, or wait for the right moment. The SEAL commander, Commander Hayes, arrived with quiet authority. He didn't rush, he didn't shout, he simply observed. A veteran of decades, his eyes missed nothing. The tension in the muscles, the flinch before the fake strike, the glances exchanged between those who thought themselves untouchable. Kara looked up at him, locking eyes for a fleeting moment. In that instant, she found calm she didn't know she needed. The commander's presence shifted the energy in the air silent, inexorable, inevitable. "They think this is a joke," she muttered under her breath, straightening her back, every muscle tensed in anticipation. Commander Hayes stepped closer, voice low but carrying weight. "It's not," he said. "And neither is accountability." The soldiers who had laughed moments ago suddenly felt the shift. Their confidence faltered. Kara could see it, the fear, thinly masked as bravado. She straightened fully, her voice steady. "Sir, they've been testing me. Testing limits. But I am ready for real lessons, not arrogance." The commander's eyes flicked over the group, slow, deliberate. "Then it's time they learned one lesson: respect. There will be consequences." Kara felt a strange sense of satisfaction, not in the confrontation itself, but in the inevitable justice about to unfold. Her pulse slowed, her mind sharpened. The ground beneath their boots seemed to tremble with anticipation. Hayes didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. Orders fell like heavy stones. "Fall in." Now, the soldiers scrambled to obey, confusion rippling through their ranks. Hayes walked past them, scanning faces. Every smirk faded, replaced by uncertainty. He paused before each offender, his stare enough to unnerve the boldest. And when the moment came to pronounce their fates, it was final, deliberate. Careers ended not out of cruelty, but out of necessity. A lesson learned the hard way. Arrogance has a cost, and integrity cannot be compromised. Kara exhaled, muscles loosening, though the adrenaline remained. Around her, murmurs spread. Some offered small apologies, some couldn't meet her gaze, and some simply stared, silent. The dust settled figuratively and literally, leaving a sense of awe and respect that hung in the air heavier than any words could carry. The training area, once a stage for mockery, now felt charged with purpose. The remaining soldiers adjusted, aware that skill alone doesn't command respect, actions and judgment do. Kara glanced at Commander Hayes, who nodded once imperceptibly. That nod carried decades of understanding, of recognition, of unspoken affirmation. As the sun dipped low, painting the scene in amber, Kara finally allowed herself a moment to breathe. The lesson wasn't just for them. It was for everyone present. Courage, skill, and respect were inseparable when they aligned. Even the smallest acts, standing tall after being knocked down, could rewrite expectations, command authority, and redefine legacies. Because courage isn't measured by how hard you fall, but by how you rise, composed and unshaken. And sometimes, those who think themselves untouchable discover that true power lies not in strength alone, but in patience, precision, and unwavering integrity. Kara walked away from the drill that day, knowing she hadn't just survived. She had transformed the lesson into something enduring. Respect cannot be borrowed. It must be earned. Because kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And sometimes a single act of measured authority can silence arrogance, teach humility, and ensure that true leadership leaves its mark far beyond the battlefield. If this story resonated with you, share your thoughts below. Subscribe to Whispered Words and join a community where courage, integrity, and quiet strength are celebrated.